look at these beautiful critters. Thankfully, they're in a different field than where my bees are, so I won't have to mess with them. That's Frank here from 40 Honeybee, and I'm doing a little winter check on my bees. It's February the 15th, so what better thing to do post-Valentine's Day than to take your sweetheart up to break some snow trails for you and head into the bees for a welfare check. We've got a good 40 centimeters of snow yesterday, which is about, I don't know, a foot and a half, maybe 16 inches or thereabouts. And we're about to get another 1.5 to 2 feet of snow today. So before the storm comes down, I thought we should trek in and have a look at the bees here just to make sure their hives are available and not completely snowed in. So my wife's got the snowshoes and she's got the fitness, and there she goes. We got there. It's about 200 yards, like I said, from the road. So here's what the hives look like from a distance. They look pretty slick in that breeze. And that's the one thing about this location, is that they don't get much wind protection. So I was concerned that maybe the drifts had come right up against the hives and were blocking the entrances and that kind of thing. So thought we should take a look. And I got there and actually saw that the entrances were actually in great shape. So if you look at them here, you see it's kind of like the tree effect where the snow actually drifts around the tree and creates this big little this hole down to this depression down to where the entrances are. So from a distance, it looked actually perfect. It looked like all entrances were available. And what I saw from this distance as well, that there were a couple of dead bees in front of each hive, and that actually I think is a good thing, because it means that some bees were heading out for their flights and just never made it back, which indicates the hives are alive. Now, this is the closest one to being closed up, and you can see they are still going in and out through there. And the frost on the entrances, to me, means that the hives are alive, because you're getting the heat from the bees mixing up with the cold and moisture and creating that freezing. Outside the hive, that's perfectly fine. Actually, it's a sign that your hive is alive, so it's a good thing. So I just wanted to close in here and look at this entrance as well, because you see there's frost on all of these entrances, but the actual space, the reduced space where the bees come and go, is actually open and available. You see that? Frost all around except at their entrance. So I think this is perfect. I also check the upper. These hives also all have upper entrances as well that I'd like to keep open during the winter. Now, this one had a mouse in it. So I took the top off just to make sure my eviction was still in effect. And yeah, there's no mouse there, no sign of it. So that's good. Good news. I didn't want to get into the bottom of the hives. I've enjoyed sticking my camera in there this winter just to see if they're still alive. But I just wanted to disturb the bees as little as possible, because it's going to be a rough go for them. February, March is when I think I found most of my mortality happens. So I want to bug them as little as possible. And again, just check to make sure that they can get in and out. And you'll see in a sec here that this entrance is the same. Once I just lift the cover off, you'll see that that the entrance is wide open. There's frost on either side, which means there is some intermingling of heat and cold, but the bees are going in and out of there, no problem. So instead of clearing the snow away from the entrances, what I decided I should do is actually pile up snow just a little further out and keep this sort of effect of the wind curling over the top of that and making a little void heading down towards their entrances, so that the snow won't pile up straight against the hive. So I think that's what I wasn't planning on doing. That I was actually planning on removing all the snow from in front of their hives, but just from observation, it really looked like this was the best plan, and it's the closest to letting nature do its thing there, right? So as you can see in this next shot here, as we're leaving, I just brought the camera down to the level of the snow surface itself. So you can see that as I get down there, about a foot, maybe a foot and a half from the bottom of the hives is protected now by the snow, which means that wind isn't going to get directly to there, and snow probably isn't going to get there either. And there's my lovely honey heading out and breaking up the trail for me with her brand new snowshoes, which were her birthday present, which I got her. Convenient enough for me. And here's my Canadian Tire specials, right? I get by with them, so try not to laugh too hard, but I might have gotten a snow soaker today too. And just a parting image here of these incredible bison. I wish I would have spent a little more time filming them from a distance, because they just look like ghosts in this weather, and from that distance. You know, you almost think they're rocks until they move a little bit, and they look perfectly happy in this weather. So that's it for now. Thanks for joining me. at 40 Honeybee.